I was during the maintenance of the primary thermal vent. The courier said behind a desk of polished obsidian, his fingers moving with practiced lethargy as he catalogued the morning's intake. Each memory arrived in a vacuum-sealed glass canister, a swirling mist of pearlescent vapor that held someone's worst day, their most crushing heartbreak, or the sharp sting of a childhood trauma. For the citizens of Oak Haven, these canisters were currency. They traded their pain for credits, buying a blissful, hollowed-out peace. "This isn't waste," Elias gasped, though he had no mouth to speak with, the smell of damp stone and recycled oxygen. He locked his door, drew the heavy curtains, and sat at his kitchen table. He placed the indigo jar in the center of the scarred wood. The light from the memory was so intense that it drowned out his flickering desk lamp. In a room in shades of sapphire and electric violet. He wasn't a man, he was a speck of dust in the mind of something ancient. The landscape wasn't just a place, it was a thought. The mountains were memories of tectonic shifts, and the deep trenches were longings for the stars. Feedback loops snapped, and Elias fell backward, his vision swimming with purple spots. The indigo jar sat on the table, its glow now pulsing in time with his own frantic heartbeat. He realized the truth with a sickening clarity. The memory bank wasn't just a service for the citizens. It was a filtration system. By harvesting the sharpest, most potent human emotions, the Foundation was feeding the creature below. They were using human sorrow as a sedative, a thick layer of psychic sludge. Keeping Bo up toward the exit, he went down toward the maintenance tunnels that led to the city's roots. Yas moved through the dark, guided only by the indigo light bleeding through his coat. The deeper he went, the warmer the air became, smelling of salt and ancient wet earth. Their stone batons crackling with blue electricity. Elias backed away, his heels clicking on the edge of the catwalk. He looked at the jar in his hand. It was vibrating so hard now that the glass was beginning to spiderweb with cracks. As the ancient consciousness fully integrated the stolen fragment of itself, the physical reality of Oak Haven began to ripple and fade. The steel and concrete, which had been sustained by the creature's suppressed energy, turned back into the dream stuff they had always been. Elias felt himself falling. But there was no impact. He was back in the indigo ocean, but this time he wasn't alone. He could feel the minds of every person in the city. They were stained with indigo, a flood that would have her waking up. They were weeping, laughing, and holding one another. They were messy and broken and alive. They feel away. Time. After District were gone,